Hey there, we're live. So, welcome to Mind Blowing Thursdays, and let's get into a gratitude meditation. Today's topic is the power of gratitude. We're heading right into Thanksgiving. I won't be here next week. I will be enjoying Thanksgiving. So, let's get into this gratitude meditation. So, I want you to sit in a comfortable seat, and I want you to sit with the palms facing up, just like this. I'm raising them so you can see them, but for you, they should be in your lap. So sit with your palms facing up and then just bring your awareness to your breath. So just the sensation of air as it enters and leaves the body right at the tip of the nostrils. And then bring your pinky fingers to touch. So just the pinky. And I want you to think about something small that you're grateful for. It could be the fact that you write with a ballpoint pen. It could be the flowers outside your doorstep. It could be a comfortable place to lay your head every night. So think about something that's small that brings you joy. It could be the sun rising every morning. And then once you find it, go back to the breath. Inhaling gratitude, exhaling love. And then bring your ring fingers to touch. So now you have two fingers touching, but for you, your hands will be resting in your lap. So the ring fingers are touching. And I want you to think about the relationships that you're grateful for. It could be with your child, could be with a partner, maybe your friends or your coworkers, your boss, maybe your dog or your cat. I think they count as relationships. So think about relationships that you're grateful for and then find your breath. So breathing through the nostrils, inhaling gratitude, exhaling love, inhaling gratitude, exhaling love. And then bring the middle fingers to touch. And here I want you to think about something that did not work out the way that you wanted to, something that didn't work out in your favor, something that did not work out in your favor. And be grateful for the thing that did not work out for you because that's where wisdom lies. That's where the lessons are. You know, everybody wants things to be so easy, but the lessons come from the things that don't work out, whether it's a failed marriage or a failed job opportunity or a business program launch or just whatever it is that maybe you wanted it to go one way and it didn't go that way. So I want you to be grateful for the things that did not work out and the lessons that you learned from them. And then bring the index fingers to touch. So I'm showing you like this. In your lap, it'll be more um, pointed downward, fingers resting downward. So the index fingers are now touching. And I want you to think about what you can point to that you're thankful for. So it might be your car or your home. If you're an author like me, you might point to a book. It could be something you've created. It could be your possessions, your shoes, your purses, your clothing, your wardrobe. And find your breath. So as you think of all the things that you're thankful for, inhale through the nose, Exhale through the nose. Inhale gratitude. Exhale love. Inhale gratitude. Exhale love. And then bring the thumbs to touch. And when you do that, you will often notice that the thumbs point back at you. And I want you to think of the qualities about yourself that you're grateful for. So maybe you have a kind heart, maybe you are creative, maybe you're loving or talented. Think about the qualities that you're grateful for. And you might even think about your mental and physical health that you're also grateful for. And then I want you to hold this gratitude. Hold this gratitude. The gratitude expressed through the pinky for small things, being mindful in the moment, being grateful for our breath, for food, for the trees and the sun, being grateful for that cup of tea or the pencil sharpener, noticing and being grateful for small things. Breathe. Breathe in that gratitude and breathe out that love. And then going back to the ring finger, being grateful for relationships with family, friends, loved ones, employers, mentors, mentees. Just being grateful for all the support that you receive. And then going to the middle finger. That middle finger, oh, is where we give gratitude for the things that did not work out the way we wanted them to. Because that's where we found so many powerful lessons. Breathing in that gratitude and breathing out that love. Breathing in gratitude and breathing out love. And then go into that index finger, giving gratitude for all the things that you can point to, that you can see, your possessions, things you own. And then finally, focusing on that thumb that's pointing towards you, maybe pointing towards your heart or pointing towards your solar plexus, and going internal and giving gratitude to all the things you like about yourself, your talents, your kindness, your generosity, your intelligence. Take just a few more moments here to sit with that. And then when you're ready, we're going to gently rise from our meditation and come back to our normal levels of awareness. If your eyes are closed, you can open them. So I was doing that whole meditation thinking, I'm grateful for my voice. You never miss anything until it's not working right. Like if you've ever had, and I've thought about this since I started speaking professionally, you never think about your voice until one day it's not behaving the way you want it to. And then you're like, well, dang, I should have been grateful for this thing the whole time. It can happen. Like I've had times where my wrist was acting up and I had actually sprained my wrist, so I had something on it. And I didn't realize how much I needed that wrist until it wasn't accessible to me anymore. And then I was asking my daughter to open bottles for me and stuff like that. So I feel like that was my lesson because I really struggled with my voice just now. I teach yoga before I do these, and I was running around and drinking my matcha. And I didn't realize that my throat needed that much clearing. I guess I haven't had any water this morning, so that's probably uh, a big part of it. I don't like drinking water. I gotta force myself, but yeah, I love that. I love when things don't work out because it allows me to find space to think about them because there's juiciness when things work out and there's juiciness when they don't work out. And it's such a journey for me to be in a place where I can really feel that way, where I'm not angry when I don't get what I want. I can actually look in and say, oh, okay. If you guys know Pinky Cole, she's got the restaurants. She started out here in Atlanta, Slutty Vegan, and she's got a book called I Hope You Fail. And her book is really all about leaning into the things that don't work out and having gratitude for the lessons. So I hope you got something out of that meditation and that little bit of visualization that we did. So today I wanted to talk about the power of gratitude. Um, and I have a article that I wrote last. Oh, my goodness, things are falling over here to lip gloss. Okay. So I have an article that I wrote last year, and I wanted to read just a passage from it. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but it might give you something to think about on this gratitude topic. Ironically, my walk with gratitude started at one of the lowest points in my life. It wasn't built on privilege, it was born of pain. The first time I heard of a gratitude journal, I was at a weekend retreat in the Georgia mountains. I was a single mom working for far less than my worth, hanging by a thread financially and struggling with self doubt. I spent a lot of time thinking about what wasn't working for me. That weekend, I learned to shift my focus to the good in my life: a peaceful home, supportive friends, a well adjusted teenage daughter, and my own healthy body and mind. It's been nearly a decade since that weekend retreat. 3 years later, I walked away from being an employee and became an entrepreneur in the field of personal development. Now, my gratitude practice includes daily journaling, mindfulness, meditation, and what I call a gratitude shower. A weekly ritual where I thank each of my body parts for their miraculous function as I lather up. It's so easy to forget to thank your eyes for seeing, thank your hands for holding, your heart for beating, and your legs for walking. Leaning into gratitude shifted my reality. I'm a natural optimist and already saw my cup as half full. But gratitude helped me to see my cup as overflowing. I wasn't just getting by, I was living in one of the most vibrant cities in one of the wealthiest countries in the world. I wasn't just a single mom, I was gifted with a thoughtful, intelligent, compassionate, and healthy child. I wasn't just underemployed, I was being nudged by the universe to find the courage to pursue my passion and purpose as an entrepreneur. Now I coach people professionally. One of the things that always surprises my clients is that after working together for a few months, they will become measurably happier. When asked, they will say their home is nicer than it was 6 months previously, just because they've learned to appreciate it more. The power of gratitude is real. It changes the way we experience the world. It makes the sun shine brighter and the sky more blue because at the end of the day, perspective is reality. So if you guys want to check out the whole article, you can see it here. It's on my website. There's a little link to my articles there. So if you ever want to read the full article or check out some of my other articles, I've written a lot of, I've had the opportunity to interview interesting people and write some interesting things. So I encourage you to go and check that out. Um, and let me see, I think I had a couple of quotes that I wanted to share. Let me pull these up. So the first one's from Melody Beattie. She's an author. She says, gratitude makes sense of our past, brings peace for today, and creates a vision for tomorrow, which I love because it makes sense of our past because we can look at the trauma, we can look at the difficulties, we can look at the challenges, and we can find meaning. And it doesn't mean that, trauma is good or that trauma is not trauma, right? It can be absolutely devastating. But taking the opportunity to find meaning in the darkness helps us find meaning in the present. And it also helps us find a path forward, because we could get stuck in anger because of things that have happened to us or things that people have done to us and just spiral and be miserable, right? That is an option. But another option is to find what there is to be grateful for, no matter the situation. So that was Melody Beattie. This other quote is from Meister Eckhart, who is a very ancient Catholic priest. And I love this one. If the only prayer you ever say in your entire life is thank you, it will be enough. If the only prayer you say in your entire life is thank you, it will be enough. So there you go. So takeaways for this Thursday: lean into gratitude. I gave you a meditation. I probably need to go back and listen and hear how my voice came through. If it doesn't sound very good, I'll do another one for you guys. But lean into your gratitude meditation, lean into journaling what you are grateful for. And remember, it can even be things that you don't like. Sometimes things happen and you're like, you know what? I think it's rejection is protection, right? I think it's things coming together in the best way for me, even though I don't even always understand why. Um, the gratitude shower is great. If you have not tried that, I know I've spoken about it before. If you haven't tried it, you've got to try it. Um, I'm not going to name all your body parts, but you can be thankful for all of them. They all have beautiful, beautiful functions. And the final takeaway is just that mindfulness. We talk a lot about mindfulness, being in the moment. I'm here with you right now, whether you're seeing this live or you're catching the recording. I don't want to be anyplace else. Like I'm enjoying, even with all my, what you call them, bloopers, even with all my bloopers, I'm still enjoying being in this space, offering this to whoever is ready to receive this. So staying in the moment, looking at my little plant and saying, I'm so bad with plants, but looking at my little plant and saying, okay, I appreciate having a little plant in the room with me, or my big plant. I appreciate having a big plant in the room with me, or my little dog. Just being able to appreciate what you do have instead of focusing on what you don't have. And listen, I'm doing Dream Create Do this evening. We're going to get all into what we don't have and the visions that we have for the future. But it's so much easier to walk into that when you're coming rooted from a place of gratitude. So let's catch a breath together, close out, bring your palms to touch. Right hand to your heart, left hand to your belly. Inhale through your nose. Let the belly fill. Exhale with a sigh. Let's do that again. Inhale through the nose. Let the belly fill. Exhale with a sigh. And the last one, inhale through the nose. Let the belly fill. This time we're going to hold the breath at the top. Hold it. Hold it. and release it. Take the left hand to cover the right. And I want you to think of three things that you're grateful for and just plant them on your heart. I'm going to go with my daughter, my doggie, and whoever's watching this video. I am grateful for you. And go ahead and release that. Let's see. So if you're watching me on YouTube, please like and subscribe. I would love to see your comments as well. If you are not getting my newsletter, you can go on my website, trishahjelroberts.com or mindblowinghappiness.com. That one's easier to spell. And go ahead and register for my newsletter. So, you'll get it every week. Mind Blowing Monday 123 comes out every Monday morning with one quote, two questions, and three ways to lead and live with joy for the week ahead. And yeah, that's it. And once you're on there, then you'll find out about, other events and things that I've got going on, other offerings. But that's it. You guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye bye.